I started Tony's coaching program back in March. Here we are in the middle of July. I made my first $30,000 within the first 14 days of being in the program. And here we are 3.5 months later, and I've now put $170,000 in my bank account. So the program works. Put in the effort, take the action. It works.
Hey everybody, my name is Tony from the Freedom Wholesale Mentorship, and I'm here today with one of our coaching clients who came into our program. She has absolutely knocked it out of the park. She literally got her first deal within 2 weeks and made around $30,000, and then went on to make over $100,000 in less than 3 months. So congratulations, Debbie. I'm really excited to have this
Thank you.
opportunity to interview you.
It's been a wild ride.
Right.
I mean, I started at the end of March and here we are at the beginning of July. And I've actually closed on 3 deals
Yeah.
now, right?
So
And I've made almost $170,000.
170 grand in 4 months. Is that 4 months?
Yes. Four and a half. Yeah, four and a half. We'll call it four and a half.
And the
Yeah.
cash has hit your bank. This is not like
I'm
deals that
still
are
wait. I just close. I'll have the last $36,000 Simon fee in my bank account at the end of August.
so that means you've already collected 150 grand.
Yes,
Holy,
140 and change. Yeah.
congratulations.
Seriously life changing. Absolutely life changing.
Right. I remember talking to you when you first got started because, we did a lot of the one-on-one stuff and, I was
Yeah.
holding your hand through the process. Did you have any real estate? What was your real estate experience before you got into this?
None, really. I had been sitting on the sidelines. I had some personal issues that I couldn't move forward with as far as actually real estate investing myself. And then I
Right.
found you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then from there, that was my little loophole, right?
Right.
So fast forward from then to now, and here we are. So
That's amazing.
literally zero, other than sitting and just reading and absorbing part of Ken's, a couple of Ken's other groups, and just being a sponge, literally.
Yeah, you did amazing. I can't believe that's you've actually broken every single record we had. You got the fastest deal in 2 weeks. That's a crazy one. And then not only that, you've actually done the most assignment fees, 170 grand. Like most people average in their 3 months with us around 60 grand. Like that's pretty, but you've not tripled it, but you've more than doubled it. That's insane.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
with any luck, I'm hoping I have this woman in Vaughan this close.
Right.
And actually she's accepted my offer. She's from Italy. She had a family relative pass away. So she's gone to Italy. I was supposed to meet her again this week and she was actually going to sign, but now I'm waiting for her to return. So, and it's a good one. It's in Vaughan.
Yeah.
It's a 3 bedroom townhouse.
Right.
It's a very lucrative neighborhood. Everything there is selling for about 1.2, 1.4, and
Right.
she's basically accepted an offer from me for 710.
Ooh, bring that one. I want to buy that one. If you get that
I know,
one, I
but
will
that's
buy
one
it
for you
from you.
guys. That is for you
Yeah.
guys.
So we bought your very first deal that you did. We actually brought the buyer to you. You got
Yes,
the
we did.
opportunity to market that deal to our buyers list. How did that go?
And that was fast. From the time it got posted within the group, it was 14 minutes later. I got my first call. I ended up getting 7 calls in total from the property. We almost
Right.
started a bidding war, but I chose not to. And I
I told you
actually
not to.
ended up selling it to the first person who contacted me. And we
Right.
closed within 60 days.
Right. Yeah. So I told you not to bid that one up. I know you could have and you would have, but
Yeah,
basically
I was
what
playing
happened,
it safe.
right. Right. Just for everybody that's watching this. So when you sign up to our program, you get access to our buyers list. And on that buyers list, there's people who are qualified. They literally pay to get onto that list. And then once they've paid, so that weeds out a lot of the looky-loos, the people that are not serious. And then we also provide them funding. So these are qualified buyers. And like it happened here, you made $30,000 in 15 minutes through our buyers list. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I don't know what title for this video would be better, like 176 grand in 4 months or 30 grand in 14 minutes. Probably that one.
Right? Exactly. It's real catch 22.
Right, right. That's awesome. And let's just talk a little bit about the process. So you signed up to the coaching program, and then I jumped in and I gave you the one-on-one hand holding to because there was some things you weren't really too sure about. But
I
basically,
was sure of nothing in the beginning. Absolutely nothing.
you were headed for disaster with the contracts you were using. You were headed for disaster. I think I kind of
Absolutely.
you were trying to do it on your own a little bit until we found each other and connected, and
Exactly. And
then
thank goodness. Thank you so much. I would not be anywhere close to where I was without the hand holding and the support of you guys, of you and your team at all. So thank you.
absolutely. No, I thank you for trusting in us and giving us the opportunity. I do have a couple quick questions getting up to that first deal. So you followed our process, the step-by-step process. We got your ads running up and running, and
Yeah.
basically, how many leads did you generate before you got that first deal?
So when I first ran my ads, I ran them Canada wide. And within the first 3 days, I had gotten over 40 leads. And 10 of them ended up being somewhat solid leads, but I let a lot of them go in the chaos of not knowing what I was doing and all of the things. It was very overwhelming, right? But but Bill, good old Billy Bob, he was my third contact.
So on your third phone call, you got a $30,000 assignment fee.
Yes.
So the third, so you started, you generated 14 leads, and you only made three phone calls, and you got your first deal.
Correct.
Wow. And so if you break that down, that's $10,000 per phone call.
Literally. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome. And so how many hours do you think you worked in the business, what like being on the phones and making offers to get that first $30,000 assignment fee?
I would figure about between 25 and 30 hours.
Right. Got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And okay, okay. And how did the legal paperwork and offer process goes? Because you used our team and our team did everything
Yes.
for you.
So, because of using you and your team, it was very simple, right? Daniel took care of almost all of the things, right? With me asking a lot of questions, trying to learn the processes along the way.
Basically, you got up to that first deal within 2 weeks. You made the 30 grand. And then since then, you're still in our program, but I don't hear from you much. It seems like you're fully confident. You've built out everything yourself now, and you've met with the tools we gave you. It seems like you're fully on your way. Like I don't really hear from you anymore. And every time I do,
No,
you're like, oh, I just made another 50 grand.
right? Exactly. And I was lucky the one that I closed in Alberta, I'd connected with somebody that had gone to high school with many years ago who was in real estate and had the real estate license. So I used and he actually ended up buying the triplex in that whole scenario. So that was
Wow.
just again very
And
lucky.
how much did you make on that one?
36,000.
Wow, congratulations. So another thing too is like you're based on the eastern side of the country, and that deal was on the almost the west coast, like way on the other
Yeah.
side of the country. So did
Yeah.
you did it all remotely? Did you go to the
It was
property?
everything was remotely. Most of it was via text message,
Right.
actually,
Yeah.
with the seller of the property. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
actually,
then
the first deal I closed too in Shelburne, 98% of that dialogue was all through Facebook Messenger.
right, just all remote, like
All
online.
remote. Like, yes, we had 2 telephone conversations throughout that entire thing. The first conversation and the last conversation before closing. Everything else was through Messenger.
Right. So you could technically have ran this business from a tropical paradise, like you just recently were in Costa Rica,
Yes.
from a tropical
Yes.
paradise, and the sellers don't even know that you're not there typically.
Well, again, the 11 properties from in just in Griffin, just outside Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, I was
So
here
hold
in
on.
Canada.
So hold on, you wholesale, you're Canadian, you live in Canada. Do you have any presence in the USA? Do you have a business down there? Do you have a
I do now, but I did not. No.
Okay, let's talk about when you did the first deal. You had no presence down there. Did you even have a bank account in the USA?
No, I did not.
So you applied the steps that we teach, you set up your marketing, and you got what was the deal that you got down there? It was
It was 11 different properties.
11 property portfolio. And
Yes.
did the people that you bought and sold to, did they even know you're Canadian, you're not in America?
They had no clue. They had no clue. It was an acquisition company that actually approached me with
Right.
the properties that they were trying to sell, right? She found me via my Facebook ads,
Right.
and I bartered back and forth with them for about 4 days,
Uh,
pretending I was like 5 different people,
right. Right.
right? But
From
they
from
had
the
no
same
idea.
profile?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Right, exactly, but it's a business name, so they don't really know, right?
Right.
It's not doesn't
Right.
have me specifically until I
Right.
actually talked to somebody, right? But so it was all but they believed that they were talking to multiple people.
Right. Well, that's the thing I always tell our students to do is always position it as you have business partners. You never want to seem like the decision maker because that lets you sidestep accountability when you're making offers and stuff like that. You always want to be able to back out and reposition. And if you're the
Right.
decision maker, you can't back out. So that's awesome that you did that. I don't think we even talked about that. You just instinctively did that on your own.
Well, no, exactly. I had reached out to you. I think the day before it got really heated with them, right? Because it went from 0 to 100 very quickly, and that was my first interaction with anybody in the States, really, and it was
Right.
11 properties, and I was freaking out. I didn't
So
obviously have lawyers, real estate agents, any of those things, right? But I figured out how to use PropStream. We did discuss that, and right, I hammered down for like those 4 days and just sat there in front of the computer.
right.
And then I found a title company and yeah.
So you've done a lot on your own, but for anybody watching and listening, the one thing that separates us from every other wholesaling company out there that teaches this stuff is I'm a Canadian and I started doing this in the USA. So I have a deep knowledge of USA and Canada, whereas all the other companies, either they're US based and they know nothing about Canada, or they're
Or
Canadian
vice versa.
or they're Canadians who have a very limited knowledge of the US and they don't know the marketing strategies that we do. We're the only ones. And not only that, we're the only ones that actually buy the deal from you. So, but in your case, you found your own buyers on that one.
And I got two people that got bidding against each other at the end.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's insane. And how much did you make on that one?
After the currency exchange, $104,000.
$104,000 assignment fee. And that was your second deal?
Yes.
And that's how well you've been on our coaching program. That's insane. So, by the way, we gratuity is always accepted, but not expected.
I will definitely send you something pretty.
Yeah. Next time we go for dinner, it's on you. Yeah, thank you for sharing your story, and I hope that this inspires a bunch of people to go out there and crush it like you've been doing. And do you have anything to say to everybody to kind of shut it down here?
No, just put in the work. You need to
Yeah.
put in the work. It's nothing is going to happen overnight. You can't just expect to put an ad out there and not follow up and not continue to learn and research and just keep doing things, right? Momentum moving forward, take action. Otherwise, yeah, go away. You're wasting your time
Just keep
and everybody else's.
just take action is basically the key there. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, and I hope it inspires everybody.